In this video, we're going to talk about the Innovation Code methodology. We're going to learn how to harness the creative power of constructive conflict. Now, we already talked about how to assemble a diversity of perspectives, and then we talked about how to engage the diversity of perspectives. In this video, we're going to take a different track, and we're going to talk about how to establish a shared vision or goal. So we have all this difference, but now we're going to try and see if we can focus that in a shared way. So I want you to think about any conflict that you've got. I want you to think about a conflict that you're having maybe about how we educate our children. And there might be one view that says, oh, we should be having chartered schools and private schools. And the other point of view might say, no, we all have to go to public schools. But here's what I want you to think about. What does everybody have in common? Well, for example, in that example, we all want our children to be well educated and well informed and well adjusted. We want them to prosper and be bright. That's what everybody wants in common. So what we're going to start with is we're going to look at what these different points of view have in common. We're going to try and find that common ground so that we can take the sort of the conflict and the challenges, these positive tensions, and we can direct it towards that common ground. And to do that, we're going to have to find the root cause of the challenge or the opportunity. What's the reason that we're having this challenge? What's the reason that this opportunity has shown up? So we're going to have a bunch of questions, and this is going to take us a long time. This is not an easy step. This is kind of a debate. What's causing this? So what's causing the challenges in our school? Is it something with the family? Is it something with funding? Is it something with society at large? What is it? Because until we find the root cause, until we find what's the genesis of all this, we're not going to be able to actually create the innovation to solve it. We have to get the challenge right. Now, we're going to use our time to cultivate a shared vision or a shared goal. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to think around the four perspectives. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to think about decisions we're going to make. Now, this is going to be the hardest part of anything in the Innovation Code methodology. And what we're going to start with is we're going to look from all 4 points of view, all 4 worldviews, and we're going to ask ourselves one at a time, what is it we're going to stop doing? Now, this is like if you were trading on Wall Street, this is like selling your stock portfolio. What are you willing to give up, to stop doing or to do less of, to create the capacity to do more of? Every fool adds a task to their task list. We're overwhelmed. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough headspace. We don't have enough resource to work on the very things that are going to carry us forward. We haven't made room for innovation. So the first thing you need to understand is everything costs something. And you're going to think from all 4 points of view, what am I willing to give up or do less of to create the capacity for this shared vision? Then the second thing you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, what is it I need to start doing or do more of in order to make this innovation happen? Now, the classic trap is you want to start doing things without stop doing things. I want you to think about your life. If you're saying to yourself, you know what I really want to do is lose 10 pounds, well then what you have to stop doing is maybe eating dessert, or what you have to stop doing is maybe going to do this fun thing after work and you need to start going to the gym, right? So you have to stop before you start, otherwise you won't have the capacity to do the very things that you're trying to do. Finally, and only finally, do you say, what are the things I need to keep doing, I need to hold on to, maybe tweak a little bit? So we're going to sell, buy, and hold. We're going to stop, start, and hold. And most importantly, once we've done this, which is going to take us quite a bit of time, we're negotiating, we're pushing back and forth in a very positive way, we're getting to that third way, we're all going to have to own this vision. It can't be one point of view's vision. It's got to be everybody's vision. So there might be version 1 of the vision and version 2 of the vision and version 3, and even more so. We might have a vision, and when we start running the proof of concept, we start running our experiments, we might need to revise our vision. This is probably the most important step in harnessing the creative power of constructive conflict. It's certainly the longest, and it's the hardest. But if you're successful at this, it's almost always going to result in amazing innovation.